Okay, recording. So hi everybody. That was a cute little wave, Amy. So I don't know if I quite titled or described what I wanted to talk about today very well, but I wanted to talk just kind of about not necessarily the low times, but kind of the low times. Like, what should you be doing when things aren't crazy, or maybe you don't feel inspired, or I don't know, because in this business, there are, especially for those of us who have been here for a while, Mandy, Amy, Megan, you see this like up and down and up and down, like where, like, for example, last month in December, most recently, were really, really intense. I feel like we were like pushing, and then it just kind of slows down. And this month is still, I think, a pretty good month if you turn it, but you have to work a little bit harder maybe than other months. I think a really good example of a tough month was September. Was a pretty tough month. For me anyways, I don't know. But there was like some, there's just some months that are just really tough, and it's not the same. And maybe like there's some months where everything's going really well and you're like, wow, and you're getting all this momentum and everything's great, and you realize this is why I'm doing it. And then there's like some months where like you're not getting any sales and nobody wants to talk to you, and like no one, and you're feeling like, what the heck am I doing here? And so that's when the stakes are high, I think, for you to stick with it. And that's kind of the point where you are you going to stay or are you going to go kind of thing. I feel like I see a lot of presenters kind of make that decision because it's not going to be like rainbows and butterflies all the time. And it's not going to be like, I don't know the word for it, but it's just not going to be easy all the time, obviously. So just wanted to talk about what you should be doing when things are a little bit slower. And how you should get inspiration when it feels like you don't want to do anything. And I can tell you there are times in the business or times in the past 2.5 years that I really felt like I wanted to give up, or that like I just would rather lay around and watch Netflix all night and not do and stuff my face with food and not do anything. Like, there are nights like that and times like that and weeks and months like that where I did the bare minimum, and my business suffered, but where I just felt really lost. But then and so to find that inspiration, I had to look elsewhere, and I had to get out of my head. I had to stop feeling sorry for myself. I had to stop blaming the world for everything. So of course I'm going back to that book, that 10 times book, that I'm obsessed over. And they talked about, it's really good. I'm on chapter 7 right now. And he talks about, kind of like how I don't know how to explain it without going and like making it complicated, but how we just kind of avoid things to avoid failure and then make excuses for it, and how much energy it takes us to make these excuses. And if we put all of our energy into like changing our behavior to like make it better that we did into making the excuses, things would change. Does that make sense? So I don't know. Point is during these slow times, we should be diving into personal development. Spend this time reading and learning and connecting with yourself, figuring out, hi Grace, hey. Time out, just 1 second. Grace, I have not had a chance to watch her live, but she went live on her wall and in her VIP group. And that's huge for her. That's like your first live, isn't it?
It's been a long time since I've been live, but I think I've done it before.
But have you done it on your wall?
Never on my wall, no.
Okay. Can we just all just like, woo! Yay, Grace!
Super twitchy, but I got it done.
So I'm gonna watch. I told them I got done with work at 6:30 and I had an hour to spend with Brad before I came to work. So didn't get a chance to watch it, but I'm gonna. But doesn't even matter. I'm just so proud of you.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. And I didn't even get to tell you that personally, so that's why I wanted to interrupt everything. Call you out again, but this time be really excited for you. Okay, back to what I was saying.
All right.
To spend this time in personal development, finding books and finding there's two different kinds of personal development too that I want to talk about. And there's ones that are like, you are a badass, that are really inspiring and good for the soul. And I think those are really important for us, especially I think as women, as, I don't know, like for me, for example, like I constantly need like a confidence boost. Like I feel like, cause I don't have a lot of confidence. And so, I'm kind of rambling tonight, but hopefully I make sense of things. But when I was like posting about the personalities, like I am truly yellow to like a T. Like if somebody tells me I can't do something, like here's the two extremes, like me and Emily, okay? So if somebody tells me I can't do something, I'm like, oh shit, I can't. And I'm like, I can't. And then I'm like a huge mess. And then I feel immense guilt. And I'm like pretty unmotivated about like the fact that I do this business is kind of a big deal. It's like I've beat every odds in Casey Shover's world, to be this far in the company, to be working every night like this. I beat my own odds. Okay. But then there's like Emily, who's like, you can't do it. She's like, watch me. So like there's these extremes. And so for me, I'm speaking from like, I think I talked to so many yellows and so many people that maybe kind of experience this feeling of like not feeling confident enough in themselves, that they feel like they can't do it and then they give up. Hi, Molly.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Okay.
Watch out.
So hold on one second. Ooh, I'm not tapping this right. So where was I going? Okay, so when they get not confident in themselves and then they feel like they can't do it and then they just don't and then they stop themselves and then it's like, then it's the end. And so I guess what I'm talking about and where I'm kind of coming from is I've been there, but I've been able to overcome it like 100 times over and 100 times over and 100 times over. And how I've done that is truly changing my mindset. And that's through personal development. That's, for me, it's listening. I can't read personal development books because they're boring to me, but I like listening to them because whoever's reading them typically is the author, and it's like for example, the 10X rule, like that guy is the author and he's really excited about it and he's like yelling about it. And so then I'm like putting on my makeup, like, hell yeah. Like, I don't know, feeling really good. And then I got to go be a social worker, but it's just like, for me, that works. For others, it could be reading a book. I don't know how it works for you. You just have to figure that piece out. But that's always going to be important. You'll never, ever be to a point where you're not going to learn. You're not going to need to continue to learn. And I'm going to hammer this throughout your entire unique life if you continue to follow me and allow me to be your leader, because it's important. And I'm telling you this because I'm not always perfect on this. And there are times and months and weeks that I don't look to personal development, and it has not been good for me. So I say this because I've sucked at it and I know that it's not good. So there's the business side of things, and then there's the personal development side. There's the ones that help you with that confidence. And so you really need to spend that time, 20 minutes a day if you can find it, either listening, reading, whatever, and you can find it. I mean, we can all find 20 minutes. The other thing is, again, when things are slow, of course, you need to continue that daily posting, kind of trying to figure out different ways to add value to the products. Now, first of all, I have not been talking a whole lot about the Sunday night trainings that Emily's doing, only because I hate to promote things that I'm not doing, because Sunday nights just don't work for me and I have not caught up on them. But I know the topics that she's talking about because we've hammered out a lot of that training, and I need to go back and watch them because I know that they're really good. She's talking about a lot of like new or things that we've all kind of know, like that have been here for a while, but things that are really, really good information. That if you're not watching the replays or watching them live, I think I really want to encourage you to do that. It's like talking about how to recruit and how to build really posting, like sniper posting, and how to make sense for your audience, so that you're not just throwing up mascara one day, lips the next day, and then bronzer or whatever, all in like even just one day. So people are like, what are we talking about? Like, which one do I want? You know what I mean? So if you haven't spent time learning about that, I encourage you to go back and do that, because you need to. And if you're not comfortable with the products yet, spend a lot of time getting comfortable with the products so that you can teach your clients how to use the products. I think that what the relationships that I build with my clients is that they feel confident in me and what I can provide to them in my makeup skills and what I can teach them with my makeup skills. They feel confident in asking me now, what should I use for my skin tone? I mean, we have conversations about this, like, and they feel comfortable with me because I've spent a lot of time doing videos. I've spent a lot of time doing lives. I've spent a lot of time asking them questions. But this is over time. This isn't something I've done in a couple of weeks. This is months and months and months of, last April, so it's been about a year now, that we really started to work on adding value to the things that we're giving to our clients, that we're sharing with our audiences, instead of just throwing up the kudos and saying, buy from me. You know, we've talked about this adding value thing, and it's taken some time for it to really come off the ground. And sometimes we had slower months because we were working on building that. And so I want you to know that we have to be patient. Okay. And so some of you that have, like some people have been working and then they stopped working for a while and then are working again. It may take time to rebuild. Just like when you're new, it may take time for you to build. Some people have audiences that are like, yeah, I'm going to support you right off the bat, but that's really not very common, especially now that we have so many people doing network marketing, like a new network marketing company every month. And then there's so many people doing several different network marketing companies at once. You know, people, they're not going to trust you to stick with it. They're not going to trust you to know what you're talking about until they see you sticking with it, being committed, and being the expert at your product. So we are going to be the expert, the beauty advisor, the confident booster. This is what we are. So we're spending that time with them, okay? So that also means building relationships with your circle. So going and talking to them. Do not say, we talked about this before, do not say anything about your business. Don't say anything about the products. Don't say anything about joining Younique. Nothing. Just start building relationships. Be friends with them. Comment on their wall. Just start building relationships. Focus on that. And if you're posting and you're adding value, they're going to start asking about it. Oh, hey, that concealer, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you about that. Remind them that you exist. People were like, I'm like this all the time. Like, there was a party, and I'm so bad at this. Like, there was a party that I was in. I was like, I really wanted to buy something from it, and I kept forgetting. And had I been like, you know, I guess that was just followed up with, like, I probably would have purchased. You know what I mean? Or if somebody would have said, hey, how are you doing? I'd be like, oh, I've been meaning to purchase this from you, and I never, you know what I mean? Like, I just forget. Because I'm not as excited about the products as they are. And, you know, we get new products and they're like, what is a brow palette? Most of my friends don't even care about their brows. So why are they going to care about their brows I didn't care about brows before Unique. So I'm kind of like following Emily's lead because it's been a really long time since I've done anything like a series, and I'm like, that's a really good idea. I should talk about brows. So I'm going to do my own thing, but I'm going to talk about brows next week too, but do something different. But I'm going to do it in my VIP group because my VIP girls need some love. But so anyways, I'm going to do that. And they need to know why they need to care about brows. Otherwise, they're probably not going to give something, whatever, about brows. Because, I don't know, like most people just go wax them and then they're done. Like, and I always had thicker brows, and so I didn't think that you needed to do that. So you have to tell them why they need these products and show them how to use it. And then they're going to be like, I need brows. Come on. What was I thinking all these years not having brows? So does that make sense what I'm saying? Or did I just ramble about nothing? Honey, you can walk by. You're fine. I mean, does that make sense? Does anybody have anything to add or want to say about that? Or did you learn anything that you didn't know, or is this all stuff you already know? Somebody talk.
I'm always learning. So
Okay.
Even if you just repeat yourself over and over again, it's just knowledge is power.
Okay.
Regardless.
Thank you. Because sometimes I just want to know that it makes sense to people, because I feel like I ramble.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Just need feedback.
You're fine. We're just trying not to be rude and interrupt you.
No.
So we're all staying muted. Now, I need to learn more about brows other than just taking my brow liner and going, whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, look, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to use my brow palette.
Huh?
My brow palette, I don't know how to use it. I haven't even opened it yet. Seriously,
I looked at YouTube. I didn't know how to use it either. I'm not even confident that I know everything about it, but I like the way I'm using it right now. Who knows if it's the best way, but
I watched Emily use it, but I have no clue.
I didn't even watch Emily use it, so I don't know if she uses it differently than me, but
I don't know. I got to figure it out. I'm going to do my video for my kit this weekend, too. Probably tomorrow. Awesome. So I won't have my 3-year-old going, I want to play makeup. That's what he does.
That's
ever since I let him do my makeup. That's all he wants to do now is my makeup.
That's fun. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch Ellie. Like, she will sometimes just do it in the mirror, and she doesn't know, but she'll do it secretly. Like, she doesn't do it around me. And then the other day she was tapping the brush on her thing, and I was like, oh, that was just cute, because I didn't teach her that. She just did it on her own. It was just cute. Anyways, anybody else? Anybody have questions or thoughts or ideas, even if it's not related to anything I just said? It looked like Mandy was saying something. Are you saying something, Mandy? Or is she talking to her family?
No, I was doing something and hitting a button stupidly. Oh. Now I don't know what I did, but I can see everybody, I guess. But yeah, so we have it's called Partnership of Children, and it's through I don't know if it's through the government or something, so I don't know what other states offer, but they offer classes for parents, step-parents, whoever they are. If you're a parent, if you're considered a parent, they have these classes, and I didn't know about them, and it was about stories or something, so I signed up, and I've been taking it, and it's 2.5 hours a week, and it's actually teaching us about, because I have my early childhood, so I thought I didn't need this, but it kind of explains every book to us, and then how to have fun with our kids with it. But then we also do an hour and a half of personal development. So it was weird that it all fell into place like that, because I didn't know about it. But I know the community has different workshops and stuff through different things. You just got to find and dig and like really dig, because my town offers so much and I had no idea. They have all kinds of different things.
That's really awesome.
So
That's really cool too for networking and connecting with other moms and other people, getting yourself out there and meeting new people.
So, I mean, it might be helpful to like reach out to people around you in your area and see if there's stuff like that. Because I know like the library might have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our library does like, I don't want to say, it's not a Bible study, but it's kind of like that. It's like a gathering where they get together and they talk about like different networks they're in or different businesses. And they just kind of like share with people what they do. And it's kind of open to everybody. So like, I'm just now finding this out. So I think that if everyone kind of like pulls around their town, you might have like stuff like gatherings like that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I can see if it's like called a certain name, but there's just so much going on that I was just trying to pull and see other things, because it's like you said, like reading a book. I read personal development books, but I take a really long time to read. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, like books are really hard for me sometimes. Mm-hmm. Listening to them, but then having to pay that doesn't work for me either right now. So
well, and that's I don't know if splitting that cost would be like something that you could afford, because Emily and I split the cost because it's like $15 a month. So I pay her half of that and I just send her it through PayPal, because I feel like that's a lot of money to listen to a book and then you have to pay for the books and then you get like a credit. I don't know. She manages the entire thing. So if you find somebody that you can partner up with, like on your team that you trust to do that with, like, I don't know.
That sounds good too.
Because then her and I read the same book, but then it tells me like the last her location was on this iPhone and this is where it is. Do you want to go to that? And I say no, because I was here. And so we can be at different locations reading the same book, but be on the same account. So, and it's a lot cheaper. So I find it worthwhile because, yeah, I mean, I don't.
Well, you have shipping and the book is usually, I mean, unless not everything is Amazon Prime.
But no.
Still paying for the books.
Yeah, but on Audibles, is that what you're?
No, I'm saying like you're like, even if you're splitting that cost, it would be easier than buying the book and paying shipping, or buying the book and then having it sit on your shelf until you're ready to pull it off again.
Right, exactly.
You already have it.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And I just asked her to put, and it's nice because I just asked her to put "You Are a Badass" on it, because sometimes like that one's a good one to read too, because I can read that one really well. Like it's not boring to read. But it's nice, like, if you're just having one of those days to go to a chapter and just listen, you know what I mean? Like, and when I'm in the morning when I don't necessarily, like I just like it. I think it's worth it. But I get that $15 is quite expensive. And I wouldn't have maybe done it on my own either, trying to cut expenses with the wedding and everything too. So I hear you.
I've had my 10 times rule since Monday, and I've read the intro, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because between work and kids, and I just haven't had the time to sit and read it. So if I had it on audio, it would be easier, because I could just pop it in my one ear, and just listen to it as I'm doing whatever.
I think it's harder to do the reading, especially because for me, because I have my time chunked out, but like it's never sitting down quiet reading, which it should be. I really need to find that time, because my mornings still like are a struggle. But the listening is so good, because it's as soon as I have that time in the morning to get ready. And I'm normally like, if I'm not, I'm like watching TV, like in the background, like junk. Like I don't need to watch TV. This actually gets me pumped up for the day, puts me in a good mood. Like it's all good. And so I find it good, because we all have that. I don't know. I'm lucky, because even when we do have the kids, like I still have they leave and then I get ready. So I don't have a lot of distractions. So I don't know what it's like for mamas with kiddos, if that's a distraction, but for me, it's good when I'm getting ready. But if you have I don't think when it audibles, I don't think it takes data when the book is already downloaded. So if you have a commute, plugging it into your car, if it's, even 10 minutes, like home and back, like whatever, it's worth it. So. Is there any books that anybody is reading right now? Oh, we have 10 minutes.
Do you have a list? I've asked Amy and you for a list, and there was one that I had, and I haven't got any. I haven't been doing that. I've only been doing the class that I've been doing. So I need a list so I can look.
I can tell you Amy, tell me what book you're reading right now. Tell me about it.
Hey, I'm reading Mastering Your Mean Girl for like the second time. I don't know if anybody's read it. Melissa Ambrosini, maybe? I got it off Amazon. It's really good.
What's it about? Mastering Your Mean Girl?
Yeah. It's about like all the other ones. It's got different, like I don't know how to explain it. That's why I'm reading it again, because it's been forever since I read it the first flipping time. But pretty much it's about, it says the No BS guide to silencing your inner critic and becoming wildly wealthy, fabulously healthy, and busting with love. So it kind of covers it all, but
that's good. I need to get that too. That sounds like a good one.
I'm trying to reread it because I forgot everything about it. That's my problem too, is I read it and I feel like I need to read it 2 or 3 times to get it to stick.
I was going to compile a list, Mandy, and I just keep telling myself I'm going to do it, so I need to write it down and do it. I have a list on my Audibles.
There's a list in Lash Slayer started, and I started one in my group.
Mm-hmm.
I
can't remember if I started one or not. I don't think I did. I think I asked everybody to do it, and then I never followed through.
I can send you what I have, and then we can look on Emily's, and then just go from there and just have one under your house too.
How about I open up a Google Doc, and I'll do that, and then I can put it in Kindred Beauties, because there's some good ones, and then we can just compile a bunch. Because I think that would be good to go through. But I really recommend the 10 times rule and Go for No, I think is a good one as well for new, or especially newbies. But I think I need to re-listen to that as well. Go for No.
This one too, the John Maxwell. How people think.
I love P. She's so cute.
But it's a good one too, and it's like a mini book. And there for a while, I was buying these and giving them to all my newbies.
Yeah.
But now I've started buying the badass and giving it to sending it to them. So.
Oh, that's good. That's smart.
It's a good one too. The John Maxwell, his stuff's good.
I like that idea. Sending him to the newbies.
Yeah.
Smart. Okay. Any other questions or anything to add?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Has anybody had any problems getting any shipments from New Jersey, the warehouse in New Jersey? No, do you guys get stuff from there? Or does it all come from Utah for you guys?
I get everything from Utah. So
they put out an email or something on the pop page. Somebody posted. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a package from like the 1st of March. I haven't gotten it yet. And then they even resent it because they lost it. They had to re-ship everything. I still haven't gotten that one. Okay. It's frustrating. My customers are like, what's my makeup? And I'm like, it's coming. I'm sorry.
I would just contact support again and then maybe ask if it can, is it USPS or is it
US, it's post office.
Okay. So that's frustrating. Sometime, because I was going to say maybe they would offer Y-Cash, but.
And then because of our stupid nor'easter we had on Tuesday.
Well, then you just have to, just tell them,
one of my packages is stuck in Nashua, which is like 2 hours from me. It's like, come on, it's so close. Usually once it hits Nashua, it's like, woohoo, it'll be here today. Yeah, no. Been in Nashua for 2 days.
Was that when the new products came out, when we went to, Emily and I went to Unified, and the new products just came out, the spring launch. And mine came the day before we left. And Emily's was stuck in Stevens Point, which was 20 minutes away, and they would not let her go and drive and get it. And we were flying out the next day. She was so upset. But it was fine because I brought my products. But anyways. Any other questions or anything before we log off? Okay. Amy, let's connect right away. I got to get hold of Emily, so